up and good morning, guys? Welcome back to another video. We are in a little bit of a hurry here. Today is the second concrete pour we've got going on in terms of the gate project. And you guys are gonna see that this concrete pour is a little bit different than the first one because we're not doing flat work this time. We're doing the footings for all of our block columns and our block walls and the guard shaft. Now, if you guys remember when we did the first pour out, we ran into a little bit of an issue. A couple of the trucks got backed up and a lot of you guys commented, Ryan, you didn't lose your cool, you didn't freak out, I'd have been losing my cool. And trust me guys, things happen, especially in construction. And my big thing is, as long as the company makes it right, I'm good. And well, the company made it right. We're not switching concrete companies. We've retained the same concrete company. They've actually made sure the trucks are early today. So you can see one of the trucks are right there. We're gonna get him turned around right now. Maybe you can see that, I don't know. It's kind of bright out. And if you guys remember, we had talked about we're not gonna be pumping this time, which is rare on this channel because we pump almost all of our concrete pours as we rattle down here in the old single cab. So I'm just coming off of my first vacation in like 3 to 4 years. And even then it was a 3-day vacation, just barely outside of town, and I was like itching to get back to get to work. But Papa Ryno was here while I was gone, and I would have assumed he had moved that pile of dirt that we knew we needed to move for the concrete trucks, but guess not. So we're gonna go grab the Mini X real quick. We're going to move that pile of dirt, and then we'll be able to back up the concrete trucks into here. Well, good morning, Willie. You ready to help today, buddy? I need you to go grab your concrete float. You might wanna put some gloves on, grab your boots. You ready? Or apparently you donkeys are ready to make a mess. I mean, you guys like trying to get me to test out the street sweeper, or what's the deal there? All right, so let's fire the Mini X up here and go move us some dirt. I wish I knew this yesterday, but it was dark by the time I got home. So we've made it back to the gate here. Let's get us some dirt moved. Now, if you guys remember, trim some of that tree right there to make room for the concrete truck to back in. I'll just move a little bit so you're not on the hugging that edge of the concrete.
All right.
We'll start there, and then we'll work our way out, yeah. All right, so we'll just move a little bit here. All right, plenty of room for the concrete truck to get by now. We're gonna start on that back corner over there. I know the glass is a little dusty and the sun's shining right at us. Gotta get in the single cab here, grab some of my concrete tools. Don't mind the toolbox, she's an absolute mess. Get you out of the way. Let's get you out of the way. And come on, booger, our concrete float. And yes, this is pretty much all we need to do footings. So the driver's putting his chutes on, which you can see, each chute is like a 3.5 foot section there. All right, so we're getting the truck backed up here, and as you guys can see, with the chutes hanging off the back, this is called tailgating. Obviously, for obvious reasons, the back of the truck, tailgate on a normal pickup truck. We're gonna tailgate it instead of pump it. See if we can get him maneuvered in here. Hopefully he's got more chute. Do you have one more chute? Can we put one more on and then we'll be good? We just can't move that stake. Did you already add water to it? Yeah. Okay. Got it, Abel. I think está bien. Este lado está bueno.
Ahí está.
The wind label, poquito abajo. Sí.
Thank you, señor.
All right, y'all, so if you remember, we talked about forming up for footings. It's a lot different than forming up for flat work. So footings, when you're using your forms, it's not holding the concrete in, it's just giving you your height. So you can see underneath, we just got just a little bit of gap underneath between there and the concrete. Ideally, you want either perfect or you want down just a little bit, because when they come to put the block in, they're gonna put mortar down first and the block are gonna sit on top. so they can adjust their height just a little bit. So it's better to be a little bit below than trying to be high, because if you're high, you're ended up cutting block. All right, so we're on to the next footing. There it goes. So you can see kind of how we're rolling the concrete down here. Being that we're not using a pump, we can't just like run the hose over here. If there wasn't stuff in the way, we could run the chute alongside, but one of the things you got to worry about when the concrete starts to roll like that is it pushing your rebar. Right now, the rebar is not in a bad spot, and it's not a ton of rebar that we have to worry about it all shifting, but it is something to consider if you're tailgating and you're not pumping. So we're gonna hit the guard shack next, then we'll finish out that footing. So if you go in all the way down the driveway, you'll see his marks. You just turn around and come straight back this way. You'll see there's a couple rocks there and a couple little indents in the ground. That's where our septic is. Just try to not drive over that.
So as you guys can see, tailgating ends up being more work because you're using more shovels to kind of pull the mud around versus concrete pumping. You just put the hose where you want it and the concrete goes where you want it.
And it's inherently more messy. So I don't even know what I look like, but I can feel all the concrete splattered on my face from dropping it off the chute when you're trying to be down there, moving stuff with the shovel and floating. It's definitely, yeah, this was a new work for it. Not anymore.
So this truck's almost out. They ended up splitting it up into 2 trucks.
I think we got 11 yards. Don't quote me on that. Truck's about 9.5 if they're loading heavy. We got a lot of steep hills coming up here, so they're definitely not loading heavy when they want to come up here. A lot of steep hills, plus hot, plus very heavy truck. They didn't want to risk any truck issues, which I appreciate. Pedrosa's definitely coming through. Clearly, we got an absolute ton of concrete we're gonna be pouring here, so it's good to have a ready mix supplier that's on board with us.
2 more, Abel, 2 more.
Because this will be planter and that'll be planter, instead of trying to go all the way around. Yeah, so I was just gonna set it right here, huh? Almost lost that down there. So we're putting in one more chase here, just in case we want to run sprinkler lines or something across here. We're not fighting it later. Good. We clean the chute. No, that's it. That's it. We got it right here. It's okay. Cuidado, puppy. All right, y'all, last footing, here we go. And just like that, y'all, we are all poured out. I don't know if there's more mud on me or in the footings here, but we're gonna wait till it tightens up just a little bit, and then we'll come back in, refloat it one more time, and then that's pretty much it for block footings. Nothing too crazy. As long as you're to the bottom of that 2x4, or preferably a little bit lower, that way there's, you know, play in there, because when we come in, put levels and stuff on it and level out the block, you don't want like a weird hump in the concrete, which, as you guys will see, like if we were just to walk away right now, where this is just kind of wet floated real quick,
that hump right there, depending on how high that was, when you go to lay a block on top of it, that could cause some issues.
You do have a little bit of play. Once this tightens up a little bit, which will be pretty quick out here, you guys know, concrete goes off very quick out here. One more pass of the float, which is what Abel's got in his hand right here, and what I've got hanging off my side right here. So this is a concrete float. Basically one of your first steps when pouring concrete and finishing concrete. Now that the pour is done, we celebrate with a little Mountain Dew Major Melon.
Willie, would you like some? You probably would. We can't give that to you, Willie.
We don't need you all hopped up on Mountain Dew. While I was gone, Abel and Chava went ahead and, if you guys remember, when we first moved in, we put an entire sprinkler system in this grass section because previously it was a bunch of these
tripod sprinklers and hoses, and that's how all this grass was watered. And subsequently, the tripods would throw water over this little wall, and it would kind of water all the fruit trees.
And we have some pretty good sized citrus trees out here that are
very, very big producers.
Well, once we dialed in all the grass section and actually put in a real underground sprinkler system, the one thing we had never tied in was a system over here for all the fruit trees. Abel and Chava went ahead and
you can see all of the sprinklers tied in all along here. Put a bunch of sprinklers, one for each tree.
And we went more of a bubbler style instead of like a big fan spray, because the more you water of the dirt area, the more weeds are gonna grow. So if you keep it really condensed and really tight to the tree, less weeds and other stuff are gonna grow that you're gonna have to clear out later. So we currently have 5 zones out here, so 5 different sprinkler valves. Obviously the grass section, that's broken up into 4 zones, and then we have
this planter section here, which is overgrown with whatever this crap is growing here. This is all gonna come out, the rocks are gonna come out.
and we're gonna go more of a tropical landscape at some point, but we preempted that and we put in
Sprinklers all throughout
at the same time as the grass. That way we were ready when we decided to put the planting in here.
So basically what we did is we tied off of that last one right there, ran that all the way out to the trees.
So when the planters here come on, the tree section is also gonna get irrigated.
And right now, even though we have the sprinklers in there,
We've tightened the heads all the way down so no water comes out, because again, we don't wanna water the weeds that are in the planters right now. So currently, the only thing that comes on is the actual trees themselves.
then we've got this dirty girl over here who loves to go out in the dirt, cover herself in dirt, bring it up here, and then shake it off on the patio. And she's currently been laying eggs, like 1 or 2 a day.
Now, if you guys remember, we have coyote issues out here, and we had one peacock that was basically like where those trees were that I just showed you. And she had laid an egg or a couple of eggs, and she was sitting on those eggs for like 3 or 4 days. And we figured, all right, you're in the safest place. You're in between 2 fences. The coyotes aren't going to get you, and you're really well hidden. Well, unfortunately, the coyotes got her because she was just a sitting duck, and they don't move once they're sitting on eggs.
For whatever reason, Princess, the white peacock there,
Loves to lay eggs and abandon them, which is actually a good thing. That means she's not going to be a sitting duck for a coyote. We're going to give her favorite treat though right now, and that is
the old flock party mealworms. Look, she heard me say flock party. Did you hear me say flock party?
she loves having a flock party.
Grab the flock party here. Oh, that's good stuff right there. Ready to have a flock party? There you go. Enjoy.
Bon appetit.
All right, so as you can see, everything goes off pretty quick here. So we're gonna strip the top form there. We're gonna get these floated out nice and flat. Again, this is just for block. Don't need to get too crazy with it.
All right, the footings are all floated out here, pretty much ready to go.
Now, if you guys saw there, I had switched over to Poppy's wooden float here. Not a fan of the wooden float. These are like, you can get these at Home Depot. They're super cheap. If you're gonna do like one job, throw it away. Maybe a couple jobs around your house, just grab one of these. But if you're gonna plan on doing this for more than a couple of times, get yourself a composite float. I don't know the exact material these are made out of, but
Easier to clean. They don't absorb all the water, kind of like a wood float does, than sucking the water out of the concrete that you're trying to float. And again, these, you start trying to clean them, or you scrape them with a margin trowel or something, and you'll start to splinter off the wood. Meanwhile, these things can take a beating and will essentially last you your lifetime if you're not doing it professionally every day. Now the footings are all floated, and normally this would be like a 2-day process. You get them floated pretty good, come back tomorrow,
but everything dries so quickly out here. So we're pretty much ready now to start running our string lines. We're gonna snap a chalk line on all the footings and basically mark out the edge of where the block's gonna go. That way, the next step after that is gonna be we're getting block delivered, and wait till you guys see what we got going on with that. And then once the block's delivered, everything's marked out, everything's ready, then we bring in the masons to start building all of the columns, the block walls, and the guard shack.
All right, y'all, so yesterday the concrete pour went great. Again, a huge thank you to Pedroza Ready Mix for making everything right and coming in clutch on our concrete pours. And look at that timing right there. We have our block showing up. We gotta run down to the gate now because we gotta make sure all those blocks get spotted in the most convenient place. I think Papa Ryno enjoys playing in the Mini X almost as much, if not more, than I do. He's been running around the property, clearing a bunch of stuff.
All right, let's go see what we got. Mama's be with us? Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, got a little baby rattler that Abel killed. Snake tamer. Oh, that's the cabeza? And the pone the cabeza abajo de tierra.
Now, we went ahead and snapped all of our lines on the footings. As you guys can see, that is the outside edge of the block. So when they go to lay, now they know exactly where everything is and how everything squares up. We're gonna go through real quick right now and just move some of this dirt away from the column so we can spot the pallets of block. We'll just push all this up into that pile back there. I love those piggyback forklifts. Those things are so rad. Now, I know I haven't shown a ton of block work on the channel in quite some time, but if you guys are OGs to the channel, you know our friends over at RCP Block and Brick are the premier, only company we go for any quality of block, stone, brick veneer, aggregates, anything you need. RCP Block and Brick, they are family owned. They have their own manufacturing facility here in town, and they make the best, and I'm not just saying that, the best CMU block, the best keystone block, the best split face, whatever you guys need, even custom manufactured block, they have the abilities to do it. Highly recommend RCP Block and Brick for any of your needs. One of my favorite parts about RCP is their absolutely immaculate trucks. I mean, these things are just always super clean and always come with the beautiful patriotic red, white, and blue paint job. And if you don't believe me, I got a little test you guys can do. Go to your local Home Depot, go to the concrete block section, and take a look at their concrete block. When you look at like the side of Home Depot's concrete block, they're super porous, and I mean like full of air pockets and holes all the way around it. Whereas RCP's, these things are super dense, and that quality matters in the strength of the block. You cannot get better quality block than RCP Block and Brick. I mean, the last little bit here, we've got some mortar getting dropped. Got a pallet of some half blocks. Now you guys are probably gonna notice these blocks are yellow gold. It's kind of a different color out here, and you're gonna see we're gonna be mix matching. There's some gray right there. We have another color showing up in the next, I think we have 3 more deliveries of block. It's a lot of block that we ended up purchasing. But these were, I think, specific for, I don't know what the building workshop is, but I'm assuming they had like a special event. They give back to the community immensely, whether it be the trade community, hosting competitions, bringing up the next generation in trades. And so I'm assuming they had an event, and they were nice enough to sell me just a bunch of leftover blocks that they had from different things. Whether sometimes a batch goes through and it comes out just a little bit off in color, and their quality control says, no, we're not selling those. You're doing something like I'm doing, whereas we're gonna be doing a finish on the columns, we're gonna be doing a finish on the block wall, we're gonna be doing a finish on the guard shack over there. I could care less what color the block is, because you're really never gonna see it. They were really cool in allowing me to purchase a bunch of the off-color stuff that they had lying around. We ended up purchasing a lot of it, so way more than we're gonna need for this project. But we know we're gonna have a lot of future block projects coming up at the ranch, whether it be the pump house for that well right there, the pump house for our other well up by the house. We're gonna be burning through some block over here. So we pretty much just made one big purchase. So we got a couple of different block types here, and these are in those pallets over there, but these are already pulled out, so we'll show you. So this is a single open end standard, right? So you see we got the one closed end on one side. It's not a full standard block, should be an 88/16, which is obviously 8 inches tall, 8 inches wide, 16 inches long. A standard has another closed end over here, and I don't think we have any of those, but that'd be a standard standard. You're gonna see those at Home Depot, you're gonna see those everywhere. This is a single open-ended standard, which has one closed end, one side open. Then you got the double open-ended bond beam, which bond beam has this area cut out right here, and that is so when you're doing your courses you can run your horizontal rebar through the block. When we come to do these and we're going to be running rebar through, we're going to be running our saw and cutting these open to be able to put our 90-degree rebar in the corners on the courses that are going to be getting rebar. Obviously every course isn't going to get rebar. Now the reason we like double open end bond beams, you'll see us use this on pretty much every project, is it allows way more concrete to not only flow easier but to infill the cells of the block, because as you know we're going to be grouting this wall, which basically means we're going to lay all the block, and then we're gonna come in with our concrete pump and we're gonna fill all the cells with concrete. And when you have a closed end like this, the concrete can't flow as well in all different directions, and you're basically limiting your strength of your concrete to each little cell. Whereas if we run double open end bond beams like that, now you'll see your concrete cell becomes much bigger and the concrete flows a lot better through all the parts of the wall. Now, they would have sent everything on an 18-wheeler, but the roads getting out to the ranch are super, super windy and they didn't want to risk it. So that's why they're running the 10-wheeler out. And that's why it's gonna take 3 to 4 loads to get all the block that we have purchased out here. We need to get more of the standard single open ends out here because these columns, everything's a corner and you need to have the closed side on the corners, obviously, as you work your way up. We're gonna burn through a ton of those. So we're gonna get a couple more pallets of those out. And then everybody's favorite mason is gonna be out here laying some block. But for now, we need to figure out the door placement, how big of a door we're gonna get. So I think we need to go purchase the door for the guard shack. We need to purchase the 2 windows for the guard shack, which one will be on the front face right here. And then the other one will be on this side. So I'm thinking like one that you can open, or maybe I put the door on this side so that way, I haven't really thought that far ahead yet. But maybe the door goes here so you can come out and like talk to the people, you know, in my imaginary world of we're gonna have like big stuff here that we need guards for. So we've arrived at a window and door store. We're gonna see if they got what we need. I wish the sale aisle over here was the stuff that was meant to go into CMU block instead of traditional framing. I don't think we can buy from the clearance rack, man. None of this stuff's meant for block wall. Just cut the flange off, we'll make it work. Dude, I want this one right here. I like this door. Are you gonna be the security guard? Pick your windows. Which window do you want, dude?
How much does this pay?
You get to pet Willie. All right, buddy. Which ones? We are in the window aisle here. Thinking one of these for the side. What is this? 4x4? You trying out your job?
How you doing, sir? License? What are you here for?
Wait, license or what am I here for?
Both.
Okay. You need my license to go into the ranch?
Yeah.
I don't have a license.
You gotta get out.
Oh. Chris, this is the one we need, man. This one causes cancer in California. All right, y'all, so we kind of struck out here. They don't have, nor do they really do, block mount doors, or door jams, I should say. We could get the windows ordered properly, but the problem is the windows are, I think, 6 to 8 weeks out is what he said. We're gonna go see if there's another place in town that has something in stock that we need that's block frame mount. So clearly we struck out on finding the doors that we need. We found the windows that we can order, again, 8 weeks. That's whatever, just is what it is. Zach's over here working on one of our favorites, good old Horn Blasters mount here that I wish I had. Do you have the video saved? All right, Zach's gonna send me the video of how this mount showed up. If you guys watch the channel, you know the trend. So we'll just leave it at that. Sergio's got something cool though over in his shop that I want to show you guys. Yeah. Let's go check this truck out. This truck is sick, guys. Like, I'm kind of jealous. I don't know what it's for. I don't know what I would do with it, but check out this box truck here with a full roll-up door on the side, like wide. I don't know what this is, 10-foot wide, maybe something like that. And then a super rad. Like, most people would love to have this in their garage. This guy's got it in his box truck, and everything is just like Ryno lined. You know, I'd have personally gone Line X, but Ryno lined and cleaned up. We got Sergio, the man, the myth, the legend. What? Jeez, Sergio, you gotta be friendlier to the channel, buddy. What? I mean,
it's already past 5, man.
Oh, it's quitting time?
Yeah.
Oh, so no more interviews?
No more.
No more interviews after 5? Sergio's gonna be putting what? Solar on this thing, doing a bunch of wiring, putting in switches, inverters, outlets are gonna go in. This thing's already got a generator on it, right?
Yeah. That's generator, 2 batteries, auxiliary batteries, and we have to connect them together. You have to use a DC to DC charger so you don't mess up, because the different batteries from the engine ones to the house battery. It's a different charging method, so you have to use something in between to control that.
TV?
TV, yeah.
It's gonna, I mean, you gotta have a TV in your mobile workshop.
Obviously.
Yeah.
A lot of lights.
A lot of the lights.
A bunch of circuit breakers, switches.
There you go.
A bunch of stuff.
Nice. And then we're gonna build us one of these, right?
Yeah. I like it. Do you like it?
I love it. I just walked up right now. Zach's shaking his head and grabbing the big hammer. What happened, Zach? Precision's Horn Blasters fit right there, baby. I mean, literally, you have the biggest wallowed out holes for a tiny.
Well, look at the cut.
Oh, the whole thing bends in.
Dude, I don't know if the new guy tried to run the plasma this one or what.
I think they switched to China.
Like, this is not.
Yeah, but even by China's fucking standards, this is bad. This is like who China gets the China stuff from.
What's wrong, bro? Why? What's wrong?
Go say what's up to Papa Ryno.
What's wrong?
Papa Ryno's over there, guys. Go talk to him.
No, Chris, we want to see you sign something, man.
No.
You got a lot of fans that asked to have you and me sign some of these straw hats that are going out today.
No.
Chris, we need to see your signature, buddy.
No. Okay, you can see it later
When they buy a hat.
when they buy a hat.
So if you guys don't know, Chris hates signing stuff. Like, he gets so nervous.
I don't get nervous.
You don't get nervous?
No.
You just had to leave the room.
My signature sucks.
You won't sign around anybody. We see it anyway.
Cause I'm gonna sign and you're like, oh dude, what happened there? I'm like, dude, it's just.
Okay, I won't say anything. Go. I won't even look.
Go over there. Go over there.
What?
Go show them what I did to my 110.
They don't care. Let's see you sign
they
it.
do.
Yeah, let's see. What's up, buddy? Dude, how's it going? You almost done?
No, fool. I mean,
What?
Christ, man.
What?
Nosy, man.
Fern wants to see.
It's hot in here. It's hot. Get away. See?
Fern, you freaked him out, man.
I know, man.
Dang, bro, what is that? Why are you hiding it? Right there, Fern's new truck. You can just see one tail light right there, but apparently we can't show the truck yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. All right, secret sauce?
Secret sauce.
All right, y'all. Tonight took a turn here.
We got our homie Dune over here, aka Lance. We're doing some mini trucks right now?
Oh, we're definitely trying to figure out what's running this thing.
There you go. We're gonna see if there's anybody that can figure out how to get the governor off this thing. This man is the guy right here. He's the one that's tuned Chris's truck. He's tuned a bunch of the homies' truck. He's pretty much the guy in town. Are we still too busy, or are we taking more people on?
We are catching up right now and doing some development with a couple companies.
All right.
Big brain stuff, not for me.
If you've got to pull out a computer, I'm out. Unable to detect.
Wasn't on.
Unable to detect.
So this thing's got power. So if it's any OBD2, it should work. And then we'll find the computer, because maybe we've seen these before with Delphi controllers, and it will do that. But we can tune those too.
Okay.
So let's look for the controller. See Delphi sensors. Box says Delphi, but also has Chinese symbols on it.
Doesn't mean, yeah, that doesn't mean the internals.
So it's up here along the. If you look, you'll see,
I see it.
just a little box, and it says Delphi on it.
Doing some Ferris Bueller testing right here. Seeing if we removed it without having to move all the trucks to drive this thing out of the shop. So
She's up on jack stands right now.
No, I just want to see what happens.
We don't need a speedo. It's good to go. Good stuff, buddy. Good stuff. All right, we just leave that unplugged.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like it's pissed off about it.
Nope.
We'll zip tie that bad boy up. Dude, this thing's a hot rod now, Fern.
You want to race?
Yeah. Well, we can't show your truck though, so I can't show you when I beat you.
It's true. Hey, you know what? We need a name. We need a name. I need somebody's help.
They can't name the truck till they see it, so we gotta wait till they debut it.
Yeah, Zach's working on something.
Okay.
This guy, I'm gonna tell you something. The only reason I got a Ford is because of this guy.
We're fixing a coolant leak.
You're gonna tell everybody. First of all, Fern has a cooling problem no matter what freaking
That is true.
platform.
I forgot
you
about
have.
that.
Fern has a cooling
You know,
problem.
he's worried about picking the wrong truck. Fernie, I think it's you.
All right, let's see.
it's a little dark in here, guys. I don't know if you can see me. Hold on. Trying to shift with one hand here. All right, we're gonna take her out on the street. We're gonna open her up. Also, we gotta remember it doesn't have brakes. So far, so good. All right, we're trying this one-handed. Oh, she's not cutting out. We got full use of all 4 gears now. Dune is the man, guys. Great work, buddy. Great work. This thing's a monster now.
That was easy.
All right, now we turboing it?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, y'all, so while we struck out today on getting the doors and windows, we're gonna try a new place tomorrow. we did get a big win here on the mini truck being faster and actually drivable now, so that is awesome. But with that, we're gonna wrap up as always. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not subscribed already, please click the subscribe button now so you do not miss out on any future content. Don't forget to give this video a like and get a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out workforitapparel.com because if there's anything you want in this life, you gotta be willing to work for it. You guys are the best. I'm out.
Damn. Yeah.